This is Hiroshima. It is March 7th. I arrived late last night. Not too late, but late enough for my discomfort to set in as far as, oh, it's dark, I'm getting into a new city, don't have Wi-Fi. A woman on a train was extremely helpful. I want to hit at that as I walk to go to Family Mart to get coffee and some breakfast. I walk up to a man. This is what happened last night on the train. So I walk up to a man, I just get out of my seat and I look over and I'm like, all right, there's a man on the phone. He's got a phone. Maybe he speaks English or he just has a phone. I can use that because I can't call on my phone. So I can't call on my phone. My connection's so poor, the data, so I need help. So I asked the man instantly is like, no. Guessing he doesn't speak English, he's not confident, or he wants no part of me, not sure. So then I turn around and I look at a woman, a younger woman, maybe around my age, a little younger. Do you speak a little bit of English? And she like nods a little bit. Do me a favor and go ahead and push that subscribe button. I have a feeling this is gonna be a lot to take in as far as processing it in my mind. Obviously war, a bomb, atom bomb, nuclear bomb, destruction, all of this is probably justifiably difficult to comprehend. I'm glad it is difficult for me to comprehend. It shouldn't be just so easy to go, oh yeah, that is what should happen. Obviously war, world domination, the 40s, 50s, shit, the Cold War, all of this that comes, it needs to be studied. Certainly studied a fair amount of it. Have more to go, I'm sure. But it is eye-opening, and it will be eye-opening, I presume. Now, not me, but this. Again, there's more information. So this is the A-bomb dome. A-bomb dome is the ruins of the former Hiroshima Prefecture Industrial Promotion Hall, which was destroyed by the first atomic bomb ever to be used in the history of humankind on August 6, 1945. The atomic bomb was detonated in the air at an altitude of approximately 600 meters, almost right over the hall. The explosion by a single bomb claimed the lives of over 200,000 people, and the city area of about 2-kilometer radius was turned into ashes. Pan to the picture. In order to have this tragic fact known to succeeding generations and to make it a lesson for humankind, the reinforcement work of the ruins has been done by the contributions of many people who desire peace within and out of the country. The ruins shall be preserved forever. August 6, 1967, Hiroshima. So more of the dome. There's been 2 concerted preservation efforts in 1967 and 1990. So this, as we can see on the insides, this has been preserved so then it can last, as it's already been, you know, instilled into the stone that I just read from, that we saw. This is to ensure that people will forever remember this moment, and hopefully will forever remember everything that came about pre-World War II, hell, World War I, and that's correlation and connection, and then what happens, obviously, when a bomb is dropped, as we are living in a time period where that seems to be constantly thrown around as a potential fear. Like anywhere that I have been, or I imagine anyone has been, that was once a site, let's be real, a lot of places have been, too many damn places have been, a site of utter destruction, and frankly evil, not necessarily here, but evil imposed by people, of reign, of terror. Dresden is a good example, Phnom Penh, or just Cambodia, hell, as a whole, a Hanoi with the Hanoi Hilton. It's very strange because from at least what I've gotten this afternoon, and I'm sure what I will get in the coming days, and just hell, Japan as a whole, Hiroshima is beautiful. It's a beautiful city. It's very, you know, developed as far as cities go. Japan, but I mean, Japan is a very developed country, so this is not overly developed compared to a Tokyo or other cities. But it's a beautiful city, and there's so much here, but then in the very, more or less the heart of it, you're going to have the A-bomb dome. the site, of course, of the atom bomb. And then further down, again, you have this beauty. Further down, you're going to have the museum and the Peace Park. So again, you can never remove yourself from history. People can't, generations can't, hell, countries can't, cities certainly can't. This is a perfect example of that. This will always be a part of the past. It will always be a part of this city, and perhaps for people, certainly whether it be Americans of that generations or Japanese people of that generation, or hell, even now, there is always going to be that memory, and more than likely it's going to be a very negative memory because, of course, utter destruction caused by war and then reactions to war, which is always just destruction, death and destruction, unfortunately of innocence, but we can argue about that. Oh, that's a cool lookout spot. I'm gonna try to find that spot. I have to probably pay, but I can get up there, I'm sure. I need more of myself.
Breaking the habit of constant making excuses is do something every day.
There's a lot of bikers in this city, which is cool.
There's a saying out there.
It's fantastic out here. Yeah, a lot of people bike the city. This is perhaps the most biked city I've seen here in Japan,
Makes you very comfortable.
which requires me to be on my toes.
Why people have excuses?
Yeah, on my toes, which is why I can't just be sitting.
If they're good at one,
Which requires me to be aware of things, which is probably good for me in life. Ooh, a cruise boat. All right, so bridge, buildings, cruise boat. All of this is in the general vicinity of the center, so
I'm not good at it.
that way. So we're gonna follow the Falon. No, I'm sorry, you're not a Falon. He's a Falon. I'm also a Falon. Behind me is the Children's Monument, dedicated to a young girl who was exposed to radiation at 2 years old and then died 10 years later of leukemia, exposed to radiation because of the nuclear bomb. I've read now enough, I will continue, but I've heard from others, and I believe from what I've read elsewhere and learned, there is one unique difference that I found here compared to being in Germany that addresses the Nazi era. From what I've read, from what I've seen here now, and from what I've heard, there is no addressing of what led to this. So we know that the destruction of Hiroshima is because of an atomic bomb or a nuclear bomb that dropped, right, during World War II. War is bad, bomb is bad, obviously. There is a resounding message around here for lasting peace, world peace. However, it seems odd, at least for an American who is very skeptical of America's the U.S.'s government's military's transgressions. There is no mention of why there was a war in this side of the world, right? So what led to a World War II in Japan's side, right? Where if you go to Germany, you get more insight into the Nazi regime and their transgressions at the very least. That is the one interesting thing I would like to see more here. Hello. That would be interesting to learn more about. Again, it might be not really within the nature.
All our visitors, we would like to ask for your cooperation.
Oh shit. dome that we've already seen. Oh, there's a Torii shrine. Seen that too. I'll certainly do my best to try to log it in my memory. Now thinking I want to teach. I taught these aspects in our history, and I want to do my best job in trying to convey the importance of preventing another Hiroshima, preventing another Dresden, another Dachau, another you name it, right? So we're so damn good at killing each other, and we have so many different places to show this. I wonder at one point, will the next generations be tired of learning about this, right? So we have Japanese school kids here, foreigners, well, just adults, Japanese adults, whatever, all peoples coming here. And at what point are we just gonna say enough? Let's keep this in the past. We'll learn about it, but let's try not to put this on the next generation where they're going to be teaching their kids what they did, right? Can we please just get done with the killing each other thing and find a way where we can be more peaceful? I know that's the aim here in Hiroshima. There's got to be a way that we can be better at life than the way we've been, and frankly probably the way we are doing it. I guess stopping nuclear bombs, just banning that and getting that outright out of the question of not being in threat of that would be a start, but then we have so far to go, frankly. Otherwise, this little one here is going to know this just in her own way. Hopefully that's not the case. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please watch more. Otherwise, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.